There's a quiet truth no one talks about. The more we force life to bend to our will, the more resistance we create. For peace comes when effort becomes alignment. You can only wrestle life for so long before you start to lose pieces of yourself in that fight. I remember the morning I felt the last piece go. Dark screen, 3 a.m., heart hammering, and the eyes in the reflection weren't mine anymore. And that was the day something inside me finally said enough. Not in anger, just enough. I was exhausted. That whisper didn't tell me to quit. It told me to stop fighting the river and learn how to float long enough to choose my direction. Alignment feels like that. The moment the clenched fist opens and rests lightly on the oar, you still row, you still work, but you're no longer drowning yourself trying to go upstream. These days, I wake up inside a life I prepared the night before, like putting aside my phone, window a bit cracked, so the morning doesn't have to beg me to show up. The path is already there waiting, and the old heaviness still arrives. It finds a structure strong enough to hold it without letting it drive. Pain doesn't disappear, it just stops being the entire story. Some afternoons, around 4 o'clock, when the light tilts, a quiet ache shows up, with its familiar list of everything still unfinished. I don't fight it anymore, I let it sit. Then I close the extra tabs, put my hands on the desk, and do the one small thing I said I would do today. The ache stays, the action still happens. That's what healing feels like now. Not the absence of the ache, but the presence of the next step anyway. Stay in the old way long enough, and life stops feeling hard. It starts feeling pointless. Some mornings wearing a new dates, same regrets, in different clothes, same voice promising tomorrow I'll finally while already knowing how tomorrow will be negotiated. That loop isn't weakness, it's feedback. Life calmly saying, keep forcing and I'll keep teaching you with heavier and heavier hands. Some nights I wash one cup, turn off the kitchen light, and feel this ridiculous way of gratitude for how ordinary everything finally is. There is no audience, no montage, just silence that doesn't feel like punishment. Some days it's gonna feel very tiring. So if you're tired, like really tired, the kind that sits behind your eyes, makes colors look dull, you don't need another work cry tonight. You don't need to become a harder version of yourself before breakfast. All you need is just one tiny thing you can still do, even when you're running on fumes. Something so small, it feels almost stupid to call it discipline. Making the bed, drinking water before coffee, 10 minutes of reading, one slow walk around the block. Just pick the one that makes you laugh at how little it is. Then protect it like it's the last one thing left in winter. Because when everything else collapses, and in some instances it will, that one kept a promise will be the quiet voice saying to you, I'm still here, show up for me, I'm still worth keeping. And after a few dozen of those quiet voices speaking up, something inside you settles, not dramatically, just home. The days stop feeling like a fight you have to win. They start feeling like a place you already decided to return to. And that's the whole secret. One embarrassingly small promise kept when no one is watching, repeated until it remembers you back. Close the gap between how you're living and who you actually are, one gentle, stubborn, tiny act at a time. And one day you'll notice you're no longer wrestling, you're just walking. The river is scaling you, and your hand is steady. That's when the pieces you thought were gone forever start quietly coming home. Peace isn't the absence of effort, it's effort that finally knows where it belongs. You have to understand, it's not always about what happens during the workout. It's about being the type of person who doesn't miss workouts. It's easy to train when you feel good, but it's more crucial to show up when you don't feel like it. Even if you do less than you hope, it's still a way to reaffirm your identity. It teaches you that this is the type of person we're trying to become. And the thing is, we focus on working long hours instead of getting meaningful work done. We care more about getting 10,000 steps than we do about being healthy. We teach for standardized tests instead of emphasizing learning, curiosity, and crucial thinking. We optimize for what we measure, and when we measure the wrong things, we fall in a loophole, stuck forever. Like, no matter how consistent you are with your habits, it is inevitable that life will interrupt you at some point. Perfection is merely impossible. It's just not possible. Like, the bad workouts are often the most important ones. Sluggish days and bad workouts maintain the compound gains you accrued from previous good days. The fact of simply doing something is huge. Just don't put a zero. Don't let losses eat into your compounding. Just the fact of showing up means what type of person you're trying to become. Don't ever give up. Keep working on your honest path and see yourself grow.
Thank you so much for being here.